Solihull Moors 3, Dorking 0, Yeovil 1, Dagenham and Redbridge 0, Woking and Wrexham is goalless. They got underway at 5:20, so they've been playing for 7 minutes there. In the Welsh Premier today, Carnarvon 5, Cardiff Metropolitan 1, Hampstead West 3, Airbus 0, Pennybont 2, Flint 1, Pontypridd 2, Aberystwyth 1. In the Northern Irish Premiership, Cliftonville beat Dungannon 4-2, Newry 1, Crusaders 2. Let's bring you news of the F1 back after its summer break. Carlos Sainz is on pole, although Max Verstappen set the fastest lap in qualifying, but he'll start from 15th because of engine penalties. Here's Jack Nicholls.
It was a really dominant display from Max Verstappen all weekend and a really impressive lap in qualifying. Sam Bird, the Formula E driver for Jaguar, watched it alongside me, and it's a bit
testing 1, 2, 3. Am I alive? I think I'm alive. I'm pretty positive I'm alive. Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna kind of jump right into it, since I don't have as much time as usual today, but yeah. Here, let's go and get this set up. One moment. Okay, there we go. Yeah. So I've been for a while, or a lot of the streams lately have been kind of focusing on the wayland bindings, which I can actually show some of the progress, like a little bit of a progress report really quick. So let's go into documents. Oh, what folder did I have it in? Oh. Okay. Yeah, so more or less kind of at I'd say a tough point there. If we hop into the scanner and let's just open up the full fucking folder. So yeah, where it kind of currently stands is I'm getting the scanner going, and for the most part at least, it fucking works. Here is kind of a sample of the output. This was all more or less auto-generated from a lot of various incredibly difficult to create, like, parser functions. Not that difficult. The interface is difficult, which is this one right here. It's still a bit of a work in progress even, but it kind of breaks it down into separate points. I'm at the adding a listener portion of it, which is kind of this part right here. And what this is supposed to do essentially is add a listener for the client that allows it to listen for requests from the server or the events. One takes events, the other takes requests. But yeah, this allows the server and the client to interact to a degree, and there's one of these for every single listener, like every single listener struct, which is, if we go over into include, yeah, it's an include. If we go over into the client protocol here, there's a bunch of these. There's one for every interface that has events. The interface is being defined in the XML, and yeah, it's a long ass file. Hold on, let's actually go. So this is sort of what the C. No, that's not a listener. Okay, where? Okay, yeah. So the listeners in the C kind of interface are a struct that has two function pointers. These are events as defined in the XML, and then adding the listener is using a proxy to basically proxy over those listener functions, so that the client and the server can interact. it's, I don't know, it still goes a little bit over my head, and I've been like fucking deep into this for all week. But yeah, on the Lisp side, basically what's going on is I really want to try and abstract away a lot of the CFFI, because I don't think that really anyone who may use this, like, if anyone uses this besides me at any point, shouldn't have to, you know, put up with, like, dealing with CFFI on top of everything else that's already going to be kind of like a clusterfuck of a mess. But yeah, what this does is, more or less, we start with a, let's start with the callback, since we're already on that one. So we start with a class for the callback, which inherits the proxy and wayland object, which are two primitive objects in the wayland protocol. The proxy is, you know, this right here, which is the thing that, like, proxies the sort of like data between, like, the client and the server. And then the wayland object is just a core object that everything in wayland inherits from, because, you know, this is written in C, so they took like an object-oriented C approach to it, which is cool as hell, but makes things a lot more difficult to kind of like parse together, especially because the documentation is really sort of lacking whenever it comes to describing this, like, in the depth it should be described in for somebody who's trying to, like, write bindings. It's great documentation if you're just using Wayland, but, like, for writing bindings, you kind of, a lot of it ends up being guesswork for the most part, and sort of referring to how other languages do it. But yeah, this defines a class, and for the class we have there's multiple instances. These are, or multiple slots. These are the two inherited ones, which is the interface struct, which allows us to interact with this interface right here, which is kind of like the C, or the C listener for, well, oh wait, that's the callback. The C structs are all the way up here, hold on. Yeah, it allows us to interact with one of these C structs, which just more or less gives us the ability to, gives us the ability to interact with the underlying C code. And then, kind of going back, we'll just do display since we're here now. They all really function the same at the end of the day. But yeah, so we define this class, we have its slots. These are events that the client can send to the server. So we have an error event in the case that there is a fatal error, and then here, for example, like in the display listener, we have a delete ID event, and these are just requesting for deletion of the actual client itself. And sort of to obfuscate that underlying CFFI that would be required to create these callbacks that let us access the C code, I've also defined some functions for setting those, and they are stored in an implementation slot, which is basically kind of like a associative list of the callback accessor and the actual implementation as it's named by kind of the user, so that, you know, you're not boxed into like one really whack name, I guess, if you want to name it something that you can remember. And then yeah, these are empty ones. They're initialized to empty just in case they're not defined. Oh yeah, you are first. Hello. Oh, the science inductor. Hell yeah. Yeah, no, I'm just going over the shitload of auto-generated code and pure hell. It's pretty baller though. But yeah, this basically I'm just kind of like turning the C code into Lisp code and using a parser that I'm writing for it. The parser is probably, I would say, a solid 80% of the work. More work than I thought it would be, but, you know, I'm almost done with I'm almost at the 50% mark, I guess, is how I describe it. But yeah, then we initialize like the object instance by setting sort of some values that aren't going to be, or setting some values that aren't going to be changed at all. And then this is for adding the listener. This is where I'm kind of getting stuck on, because I can, for all intents and purposes, let's actually open up a sly REPL. So, wrong one. Yeah, let's go into here. And then let's go ahead and load in some dependencies. And then sly, no shell. And then we'll go to the definitions there, and yeah, you'll kind of, and then you'll see, let's go to the registry, because that's the one that I've been kind of using as my test shop. Alright, so yeah, we'll go ahead and load it in. Alright. Oh, holy shit. 150, holy shit. Oh my, oh, holy shit. Oh, thank you. Oh, holy fuck. Oh, I thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh my god. Oh. Joel, yes, Joel. Oh, hello, L:"Q. Hello, hold on, let me read through. Hello, L:"Q. Hello, Ricardo Strikey. Hello, Kettle Stew. Stew? Hello, Meridine, Joel. Hello, Niche Penguin, Joel. Hello, Wind Up Boy / Fade. Hello, Riled Kyle. Concrade. Hello, Sky is Fine, Joel. Hello, Salad Forest, Joel. Hello, M_S_C_S. Hi. Hello, Kotaro Complex. Big Bug Book. Indeed, yes. Hello, Yellowberry HN. Raid emoji. L:"Raid. Hello, Kotaro Complex again, Joel. Hello, Ricardo Strikey again, Joel. Hello, that's a cool as fuck name. Draw that redstone. Hello, Draw That Redstone, Joel. Hello, Loof Bread, Joel. Hello, Venerak, Joel. Hello, Riled Kyle, Joel. Hello, L:"Q again. Hello, Big Book of Bug. Hello, Yellowberry HN again. Good evening. Hello, Loofbread_Concha. Hello, L:"Q. How's the window manager going? Oh, it's actually, I was kind of just getting into that. So I'm kind of at a bit of a standstill right now, trying to figure out how to define this macro right here. What I'm dealing with is I'm able to, so if I call, say, this, and then I call this, and then I call this kind of like all in succession, I'm able to actually get the listener established, and everyth's kind of like good to go there. But calling it as a macro, running into some issues, I think I need to intern some symbols on that. But kind of that is, I guess, to be seen. I don't know. I've been working on this single macro, I feel like, for a decent portion of my time in the day. Here, let me say hello to the other people really quick. Hello, Wind Up Boy / Fade again. We're ready for some badass Lisp. Yes. Hello, M_S_C_S. We come in PC. I hope so. Hello, Ricardo Strikey. What Lisp language? Oh, it's Steelbank Common Lisp as what I've been doing this in. It's kind of the only one that I have on here. I was thinking at one point like embeddable Common Lisp, but I kind of don't want to deal with that. Like SBCL, I know it pretty well. I know it's like weirdness. Hello, Salad Ferres. Again, L:"Wiggly. Hello, Ricardo Strikey. Common Lisp. Hello, XWidget1. I didn't do it. Hello Z Star 17, Joel. Hello Riled Kyle. I got 2 hellos. Mashu Gremlin. Hello Yellowberry HN. I like how you are reading every Joel. Hello Prodsy. Oh, hi Prodsy Pod. Joel. Hello M underscore M underscore S underscore C underscore S Steelbank. Also, yeah, know that feel. I've been staring at this chunk of code forever. Hello L colon Q. Once more, Joel. Hello Riled Kyle. I got 3 hellos. Mashu Gremlin. Yeah, 3. You should win a prize for that. And hello Kettle Stew. Hello. Oh yeah, no, I am enjoying the coding. It's here. I was actually kind of going through the example on this right now, so probably need to load this really quick because this isn't defined in any packages. So let me load the client. Okay, nothing broke. That's good. That's good. We were having some problems earlier with getting the client loaded in with like basically these fucking. Where's one I can yell at? Okay, yeah, these fucking class inheritance things. I don't come from an object-oriented background at all, and then on top of that, class is kind of a crazy as hell object system. So it's been not defvar, defvar. Okay. Oh, we'll just do a little namelet or kind of like filler make. We aren't in the package. Hold on. Yeah, class. Yes, you probably know way more about class than I do. Wind Up Boy. This has kind of been my first run-in with it, and I've been. It's been a bit of an event. I feel like I've learned more than I ever bargained to want to know about it, but. I don't know, I'm starting to get around to it. The meta objects are really kind of getting me. Man, I should have picked an easier to pronounce username. You can just call me M or something, whatever's easier. Okay, I will try to remember that. I read literally from the screen. I straight up read the characters on the screen as they appear. But I will also try and remember M. I will intern that like in my brain mentally, to the best of my ability. I don't trust my abilities, but you never know. You never know. So what were we doing? Oh yeah. Wavement.protocol. Oh, fuck. I forgot to load this. Yeah, this isn't in a package yet because it's sort of like the testing ground, I guess is what I would describe it as. And plus, it's got some really kind of like fucked up symbols because it's porting the XML from C. So like error here, I had to unintern that over at the top because it kept on conflicting with the actual common Lisp error. So let's see what we can do. So let's make an instance really quick of the Wayland registry listener. And then we can actually take a look at what's inside here. So this is kind of what we got right now as the initial, you really need to define an ASDF system. Oh, I do have a system defined for this code. Actually, it is right here. The issue is the protocols are supposed to be auto-generated and based more or less kind of like on the provided XML files, so it's somewhat difficult to define those because they can be different for every user. Most people will probably pull in the Wayland protocol and then like the XDG layer shell protocols, but yeah, no, it's really tricky. It's also the reason why I can't just like FFI it because there are no like sourced object files for this until like you actually have a system installed that's pulling them in. And like one thing I guess I could do would be like pull in the base protocol and then FFI that, but really I feel like that kind of limits like usability for like users if they want to define their own version of the protocol. It's it's kind of tricky. It's getting it starts to get into the fucking depths of it. I I feel like the more I learn about Wayland, the more I feel like I wish I'd never left apps, but also, you know, I love it. So it's pretty baller. I do love Wayland. I'm on X right now, but that's just because I've been too lazy to switch back over again. Ooh, Chimera's deploy system. Let me like end that really quick. That sounds really, really good. Hold on. Let me pull that up. Deployment tools for standalone Common Lisp application. Oh, hopefully loadable in Mazzano. I'm gonna bookmark it. Oh, this is really, really cool. Oh, thank you. Holy shit. Holy shit, thank you. Yeah. I might have to implement that. But yeah, so if we define a couple of, so that's the, no, we want to go back to the autogen. There you are. Wind up. Chimera is a Jedi. No, for real. I was looking at the trial source code I would say like a couple of weeks ago, and I was just like, I can't even fathom this. It was amazing. I loved it, but like I was just like, I can't. The dedication for it's wild. I'm in the IRC, but I haven't really. I don't. I kind of just lurk at the IRC. I haven't checked it in a little bit, but I should get back, or I should go ahead and like kind of like start poking around and asking questions in it, because I'm starting to kind of hit the depths of my knowledge here. But let's see. Let's go ahead and. So we've initialized the instance. So what we would want to do next is we would want to define a couple callbacks. And we will name this one. Let's just name it Glob. A channel on Libera called Shirakumo. Yeah. Oh no, I'm in that channel. I'm in that channel. I haven't checked it just yet, or not too in depth, but I'm in there. I really do. I think that I'm gonna go in there just to ask like a shitload of annoying questions. Just be like, how would I do this correctly? How would I do that correctly? But yeah, that wouldn't be a bad resource actually. That kind of like the issue with the Common Lisp IRC is I feel like sometimes like you get a reply pretty quickly, but other times you'll like wait like 30 days for a reply or something, and it's just like, no, I need this now. So let's see if we can just format this. All right. So that's Glob. And then let's define a global remove callback. And let's just call it glob rm. And then did I name it T? I think I named it T. Yep. Okay. Yeah, so if we look now, we have, oh, I forgot to set them. Okay, yeah. All right. So yeah, next we'll just want to go ahead and set those. Not blog, glob, okay. Oh, oops. All right. Listener, I forgot to add the instance here. And then what did I call this other one? Glob rm. Alright, now we should be able to take a look at it. So let's go ahead and describe this right here. So yeah, these are added into the implementation right here, which is a property list of like the different, or like a key value like property list for the different callbacks that we're using, but they're also added as the slots here. I may just do one or the other at some point. I don't really know which would be more kind of like effective. Really, this is kind of just testing everything out right now. And then let's see. I don't think that this is going to work, but if it does, that would be really cool. We should just be able to add a listener now. And then... So yeah, it doesn't work like that, but what makes it really weird is... if I just fucking pull it right here. And that's why I think it's like a namespace issue. And then let's just do global. And then let's go ahead and call this. I wonder if this actually will work. I haven't established any sort of connection with a display, so I actually don't know if it's going to just work. So I guess we'll see if it just works without establishing that connection. Oh, in the file. Fuck. Okay. What do you mean in the file? Okay, yeah. I guess I do need to establish a connection, but... let's see. Fuck it, let's just establish a connection. You know, we're already in here. So let's go over to... Lisp server. And then we need to create a display, so... we'll do with display so that I don't, you know, have like a fucking, just random display going forever, because I've done that enough times that's crashed my computer a couple times because I had like 5 sockets open. Alright, so with display D, and we'll just call it D, and then we're going to go ahead and add a socket, so... and then we're going to want to go ahead and connect to that. So wave. And then we should be able to go ahead and evaluate these forms right here. So let's see. Alright. Alright. May or may not fail. Yeah, no, literally, fucking unwind, protect, save. Yeah, it actually is. That's what this with display portion is for. So that I can wrap that display into kind of an unwind protect, and if something goes wrong or I'm just done, I can go ahead and destroy the display. And what that does is calling this display destroy will call wayland display destroy up here, and really that sort of takes care of more or less all of the cleanup. It destroys the display, but it also destroys all clients connected to the display, so it should be the only destructor that's needed. Time, I guess, will tell if that's the truth. Add socket is undefined. What do you mean add socket is undefined? Oh. Ooh, this is new. Display add socket. Alright, this is a new one. It's right there. Moving that server. Huh, this is odd. Is that ID Doom Emacs? No, it's not Doom Emacs. I do have Evil. This is actually just kind of like a custom-made Emacs. Yeah, this is Sly running on Emacs. This is kind of like a custom-made. I was thinking about doing Doom, but I've done pre-built stuff like other things before. And I really kind of didn't know what I was doing, I guess. Like, I feel like whenever I do pre-builds of something, I really kind of struggle with understanding what's kind of going on behind the scenes. So I more or less, I guess, learned Emacs through brute force. Really, the story was that I was building an Emacs configuration for someone who I was giving them a laptop as a gift, and they were an Emacs fan. I was actually a Vim user up until about, I want to say, like March or April, something like that. I was a Vim user. But I started building this Emacs configuration for a gift I was giving, and I mean, if I'm being honest, I loved it. I loved it once I started getting used to it. I was just like, I can't believe that I've just used Vim for so long. I was also right around the time I was getting into Lisp, and really kind of using Lisp and Vim is what won me over, because that was its own kind of special hell, I guess, I would say. Let's see, what are we running into here? Undefined function, no. Lambda. Hello, Crazy Kitty. Crazy Kitty Joel. Crazy K3 Joel. So Emacs plus Evo mode is your desired configuration. I would say yes, for now at least. I kind of have a plan to, at some point, be able to just straight up use Emacs without Evil, or kind of define my own, I would say, implementation of Evil. Oh fuck. I know what it is. I know what it is. No, I don't know what it is. We just won't unwind protect it. You know what? Because I haven't set up the dependencies properly for these packages. Yeah, no. But yeah, kind of going to the, or circling back to the Emacs thing, I want to be able to use the default key binding someday. I don't know if that day will ever come. We really will have to see. I feel like if I could, that'd be really cool. But I don't know. It's kind of hard. Modal editing kind of, it kind of fucks. Like the modal editing really fucks with Vim. So it's kind of difficult to give that up. Alright, we will just go ahead and... Oh, it's because this file isn't loaded, I think. Wait, was that it? Okay, yeah, so we aren't able to connect. I'm assuming it's because I don't have everything set up properly on this, but I was able to connect at one point. I was about to ask where's your parent edit, but then I realized it'd probably seriously choke and die with evil mode. I actually do have it's called evil pair edit. I'm just not very proficient with it, but I do have it. I kind of use a Hydra mostly for this, so let me see if I can pull that up. I have like a lispy Hydra that helps me navigate sort of a bit more efficiently, so able to just jump functions. I need to configure it some more, but it's kind of going. It's going. But yeah, I don't know. I've kind of sunk my brain into this in particular for as much as I can for seriously. What's a good way, would you say, Wind Up Boy, to kind of like get more used to like pair edit? I feel like I'm missing out by not using it, because I just sort of wildly jump between lines. I do a lot of line jumping more than anything, but I don't know. Every time I try to use it, you kind of have to bite the bullet and just, yeah, I guess so. No, every time I try to use kind of like the like either lispy or like pair edit, I shoot myself in the foot at some point because I wind up, this is an auto-generated file, so I can actually fuck this up a little bit. I wind up not using the correct thing where I should, and then doing some things like this and having no clue what the fuck I just did. I was like, oh god. Getting used to structural editing takes a minute, but once it's in your hands, it's a game changer, or it is a game changer. I can imagine. I can actually imagine. No, I would like to get used to it. Kind of my end goal with Emacs is really just sort of getting to the point where I'm relying less on Evil itself and possibly like defining my own variation of modal editing. Let me pull this up actually really quick because this is cool. This is really, really cool. Hold on, let me find that. All right, here we go. And then let me pull this over into, this is probably gonna fuck, the screen's probably gonna get a little wild for a second. But let me, yeah, pull this and then bam. Okay. So yeah, I've been using Hydras kind of more extensively lately, and as part, I don't mean to throw your flow off. Oh no, you're not. This is good. This is kind of what I live for, is this information. But yeah, no, I've been using Hydras a bit more extensively, and I decided kind of to look at some of their examples. Are they in Hydra examples.l? That's not where they stuff all of them, right? Let's actually move this right here, and yeah, the examples. No, that's not it. Community wiki. I think this is where I found it. All right. Let me see if I can find it again. Hydra by topic. Was it an Emacs command? No. Where the fuck are you? Anyway, the point here is they had, I was looking at their examples, and yeah, oh no, Hydras are, once I started using Hydra a bit more in depth, it really changed how I use Emacs to a degree. I wish I could find the sample because it blew me away. It blew me away. Hydras by topic. Window management? No. No. No, that's not it. Where are you? What the fuck? Rectangle operations. Yeah, I saw this Hydra right here. Never been a Vimmer. Oh, so you're like an OG whenever it comes to Emacs. That's really cool, actually. No, I started on Vim. I would say back whenever I was running Windows, I used VS Code just because it's. I think Vim, if I'm being honest, is sort of like started leading me more into Linux because I started out on VS Code, kind of like Windows, just very generic setup, and I ended up seeing. Let me see if I can find it really quick. I found this video, I think, whenever I was first starting out coding that, Alright, here we go. Yeah, I found this fucking video whenever I was first starting out coding, and...
Space it out again. Same thing.
I had no...
Now,
I had no clue what Vim was, and I see this, and okay, I had no clue what Vim was, I had no clue what Haskell was. I only knew C and some Python, which not a lot has changed since then. I know Lisp now too, but I found this, and they were using Vim or VS Code, writing a FizzBuzz with Haskell. It was... I watched this, and I was just like, I don't know what Haskell is, but that scares me. I don't know what Vim is, but that looks cool. So I ended up switching to Vim around that time, and switching to Vim sort of made me wind up switching to Linux eventually, because using Vim on Windows was kind of hell, or navigating Windows was kind of hell. It really just sort of, everything was kind of hell, I guess. And then, yeah, I installed Arch after that, and that was, I guess, my first distro. It was a pretty good learner distro. Is there a native port of NeoVim to Windows? NeoVim, yes. That's actually what I used. They do have it available in Windows. I think through, I think it's called like the Choco app or something like that. The last time I opened up a Windows computer, to be honest, I think was probably back in February, if I had to guess, was whenever my last Windows machine... Chocolatey, yes. Thank you, Ricardo Strikey. Yes, Chocolatey, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, you can do like Choco install NeoVim, and it works, question mark. It works, question mark, but, and this is actually, because I was talking about my kind of like pre-built like versions of things, like the what's it called, Doom Emacs. I was using a version of NeoVim that was kind of pre-built with all of these packages thrown in, and that sort of is where I got my distaste for using, do they call them distributions that people set up, like distributions of like text editors, because I had no clue what the fuck was going on. I didn't know Vim. I didn't know really anything about like what like terminal editors in general, or terminal-based like text editors in general. And so on top of that, I had all of these packages that I had no clue what they did, just that they existed, and that I was told like, oh, you should use these if you're new to Vim and struggling. And it made finding information on what I was struggling with a nightmare, if I'm being honest. Like an absolute nightmare. But yeah, that was kind of my first brush with Vim. Then I switched to Linux, and I built up a NeoVim configuration from scratch. Did like a lot of Lua, I guess. I still don't really know if I know Lua. Like I feel like to a degree, I know Lua through like the perspectives of like Vim and Roblox. Hello Freeful. First time chat. Hello Freeful. Lurk. I hope you're doing well today or tonight or whatever time of day it is for you. It's night for me. It's like, fuck. Oh God. Yeah. No. It's already rather late on my end. I will. 3 a.m. Holy shit. Oh, it's later there than it is for me. You're a trooper. Yeah. I try to do the going to bed at a decent time because of my job thing. On the weekdays at least, it doesn't usually work out if I'm being honest. Like I'll be like I'm gonna hit my like, what is it, like 8 hours of sleep or whatever, and then 1 a.m. rolls around. I'm like, oh, I have to be up in 6 hours. But we ball, as they say. But let's see. Yeah, so this is sort of more or less the progress of this, and then kind of showing the underlying Lisp code really quick. Just a really quick whirlwind tour. Let's go through the util because that's the one that's been most defined. So these are sort of our higher level pieces of Lisp code. Util is a package that everything will pull from. All things in Wayland depend on Wayland util for like the primitives it provides. And so really it's been kind of like redefining the structures of the classes and then getting some of the Wayland Lisp L:"Q owl. Is that an owl? Yeah, I think it's an owl. How did the rest of your stream go, by the way, L:"Q? Yeah, no, I went to go bake bread. It was pretty nice bread. But yeah, these are the primitives for sort of the setup. So like defining lists and everything, and then same thing for server and client, and then over here in the CFFI is really the kind of like the depths of despair. Util isn't too bad. Client is pretty nightmarish. Really just kind of like defining, like walking through the header files and having to define everything so that it can later on be used. It was good. We turned a string into a game level and put the game. Oh hell yeah, hell yeah! Game on the screen. That's a victory. That's a victory right there. I'm maybe at the point I'll be able to get things on a screen here. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see. It'll probably be once I can get the listener situation figured out. I feel like everything else is sort of just gonna flow after that. On the client side, at least. The server is its own can of worms, but there's a few different references for the server. CL Wayland implemented a server, so I might borrow from them a little bit. Their repo hasn't been updated in like 8 years though, so there's not a lot I can borrow. But yeah, I don't know. It's all coming together. It's all coming together. Yeah. Let's see. So yeah, I really I wanted to take a small break from this, take a small break from the actual Wayland side of things, just because primarily, like, I don't know what I'm looking at sometimes anymore, because I've looked at the same pieces of code for so long on some of these functions. At least for the parser. I'll probably go through and clean up things a little bit on it. Yeah, I'll probably go through and clean up things a little bit on it, and then look at the parser with fresh eyes. For the time, yeah, for the bit of time left here, though, something else that I've been working on, and use CMX or CXML STP to parse the spec. I used CXML STP. Is that the one I use? Let me see. Wait, I can just check the package. Hold on. Oh, that's packages.l. Wrong one. But that is related. Packages.l is related to the main thing that or the other thing that I was working on some today. I used XMLS. I think I had tried to use CXML for it, but for whatever reason, whenever it parsed things, it came out like all kind of garbled. What ended up kind of giving me the best, like the most accurate parsing of everything was using XMLS and using parse to list rather than actually like walking through the tree, which I'm not the biggest fan of because I feel like makes it a little bit slower. I don't know if that's just in my head or not. It still runs really quick, so I don't know. Could be wrong there. But yeah, this, since I did jump on it really quick, so it's kind of getting to the point. So where was I? Okay. So something I've been working on a lot as well has been, let's go into it right here. So for context, something that I miss a lot from NixOS, whenever I was on NixOS, was the ability to, like its templating system. I use that especially with writing like C programs. I abused the hell out of that because it was so easy just to write kind of like a shell template and not have to deal with like, you know, the make file isn't too bad, but Matthias x86, why did you leave Nix? Well, hello Matthias x86. Is that a reference to like x86 hardware? That'd be cool if it is. Why did I leave Nix? If I have to give the honest reason, it was because I couldn't get a package to work on Nix, and I found out that Geeks was the only one with like native support for it. So, and yeah, that package was like the Nix browser, which do I have installed anymore even? Let me see. I don't. Oh god. Yeah, though the reason I left, I don't even have it installed anymore. We can probably just, let's, that'll take a while though. But that was the original reason I had Geeks kind of installed as an experimental, kind of like, not experimental, but kind of like test running the OS, because I heard about it only very shortly after Nix, or like I was on Nix. I was on Nix for only a month, I should clarify. But yeah, I'd heard about it after being on Nix for about a month, and I really didn't know anything about it, so I'm like, I should check this out. And that was also around the time I was really getting into Lisp. I ended up just sort of liking it. In many ways, it was like Nix for me, but a bit rough around the edges, but also better. Okay, cool. So it does work. Yeah, a bit more rough around the edges, I guess, but kind of like the core user experience I enjoyed a lot. I like that you're able to compile everything from source. I really do enjoy that aspect, even if it makes things run a little bit, or kind of like build well, they don't build slower. Like the actual derivation evaluation happens pretty quick compared to Nix. So like, let me run an update really quick. The actual like derivation evaluation is really quick. Guile seems pretty slow in Geeks. I haven't had that experience with the slowness. I think what's slow is building, and then the actual like repositories are down sometimes, which pisses me off. But Guile itself, I don't know. I don't know if it's maybe how I have things set up, but it has always run faster for me than like computing derivations on Nix. there were sometimes like I'd sit there for like a full 30 minutes. It feels like waiting for things on Nix. I think Nix is great. It just, I guess, sort of like the long or kind of like long story short of it is I had Geeks on like kind of my, I call it like my test driving laptop, where I just install random shit on there, because it's this really old kind of busted laptop. But I had it on like my test driving laptop, and I found myself using the laptop more than I was using like my actual computer at a certain point. Okay, yeah, and there. It's already evaluated. Probably didn't actually need to download anything, which is a relief because I didn't want to deal with that. But yeah, I was using the laptop more than I was using my actual computer at a certain point. So I just decided to honestly like go ahead and like make the switch. I had a configuration and everything, so it really came down to a matter of just moving that configuration over. The only hiccup I ran into is because Geeks does run kind of like by default on the Libre kernel. That wasn't an issue on my laptop, and I was just able to install like the kind of like main, or like the main Linux kernel once I was in my system. Is this Stump window manager? I wish. I wish. I do miss Stump. This is Qtile though. I use Qtile now. I've been using Qtile now a lot lately because they have, it's the only window manager I know of with built-in support for both Wayland and X11. So I only have to manage like one configuration, and I have access to both X11 and access to Wayland. I'm on X11 right now because I was playing Steam games a couple of days ago and just didn't switch. And well, they're not Steam games, I guess. They're games I'm running through Steam that can't run on Wayland, even on, because like X-Wayland like freaks out whenever I try to run them. Related, my entire interest in Wayland is related to Stump and getting it to work in the future. No, that's a huge part of the reason I've been trying to get these bindings defined. Like I don't know if how long it'd be down the line until like I actually have a window manager working, because the bindings are pretty low level. But I'm either holding out for like Mahogany. Actually, I wonder. Let's see how Mahogany is doing. I feel like it's been a quick minute since the last Mahogany update. Let me go ahead and take a look at that really quick. Alright, so let's go to here. Where is everything? Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at it now. I've noticed that they've been working more again, which has me excited. Has me really. Okay, 2 days ago. Yeah, that's about where it was last time. I've been watching this repository like a hawk lately, just because I'm like, I hope it comes around. I hope it comes around. But yeah, they are making some progress again. There was like, what, 2 or so month stop where I feel like there's nothing going on. And I don't know. I really was starting to like lose hope for a little bit there, but it seems to be coming back around. Did they rebase the whole project? Unfortunately, I would say. I say unfortunately. I'm not too keen on WL Roots personally, having worked with it a little bit in the past, but, and then also like that still is underlying C code. Native binds, that's why I've been working on this, is I really want native binds. Initially, no, I honestly, like working on this, I can understand why that was sort of given up. Wayland itself, defining the bindings isn't the worst thing in the world, I feel like, because Wayland isn't huge, but Wayland Roots is, last time I checked, kind of like the rough like line count is something like 70,000 just straight up lines of code. Like, there's so much. A lot of those are comments, I guess, but like, even then, there's so much. It does so much heavy lifting for like the underlying Wayland protocol that I feel like if they were doing like native binds, like it'd probably be more behind than it is already. Or not behind, that's not the way to describe it, I guess, but like there'd probably be less progress than there kind of already is after like it's been what, like 2-4 years of work, I think is what it looked like. But yeah, no, fucking binding to Wayland is hard as hell. I've been learning. I don't know. I'm maybe about 50% to a client, so I guess we're gonna see what happens. But if I can get native binds going, my kind of plan from there, once those bindings are defined, is sort of like making not like my own version of Wayland roots, because I don't know if I want to like borrow a lot of kind of what they do and like how they implement the Wayland protocol, but like making a Lisp kind of like alternative to something like, say, Wayland roots or like Smith A, where you have these libraries for Wayland. Adding something new to the ecosystem. CL roots. Yeah, oh no, that actually exists already. I think it's been abandoned, but no, I've been thinking about the name for it. I've been thinking about the name. CL roots is kind of like the obvious one. I think, and this may be something like I'm overthinking, but like I think because like that package already exists in Quick Lisp, to my knowledge. Does it? I don't have Quick Lisp installed on here, but oh, no, it doesn't. Not at least in Geeks, but yeah, I've been thinking like CL Roots would be a cool name. But then at the same time, I think about like what Smith A did, where they just kind of like picked their own, like they were like we're our own thing kind of deal with both the naming, and it does support some like binding to Wayland roots, but like it's very like describably not Wayland roots. I don't know. I like thinking about the names for things, but then that's also because I can never come up with like a name for like it really is the hard problem of naming, I guess. I end up just like I kind of reach a point whenever it comes to naming a project where I'm just like, all right, I just need to come up with something and go on from there. Which I was originally going to call the binding CL Wayland, but there's already one, and it's in like Quick Lisp and everything, and I didn't know if I wanted to deal with like trying to navigate like packaging conflicts. So I literally just combined the words like Wayland and pavement and came up with like wavement, and I was like, it works for now. I'll probably change it again at some point. But yeah, I don't know. It's been fun. It's been a fun project. It's exciting watching it finally all come together. Like I don't know. It's really exciting. I'm hoping to have like a client up and like at least a trivial client that I'm able to go ahead and run probably within the next couple weeks here. Once that's defined, from there the server is just kind of doing everything but backwards. Like the structs become functions, the functions become structs. Yeah. Another thing I've been working on, kind of like a much smaller project, I would say, but yeah, it was that I really kind of missed like the Nix like templating system. I've been working on implementing my own sort of, I would just say like patched together version of it for Geeks, and that's sort of what's going on with this. It's obviously much smaller, but something that I wanted to go ahead and look into doing is figuring out essentially like how to create like a templates folder. And what this does, just kind of to give an example, let's hop into a project where I have one of these. Yeah, we can just hop in here. So yeah, what this does is it's kind of like, I've named it Grays because I don't really know what else to call it, and I was like, you know, it's Geeks, GNU, like cows grays, news gray, get news grays, but yeah, I don't know, it felt thematically correct, but yeah, it's sort of like my own, yeah, I could have called it ungulate. I was looking at synonyms for ungulate at one point. Like I really started going like the baby naming route here, where I was like, oh, what does this word mean? What does this word mean? I think I wound up with Grays because I thought it sounded cool. I like the idea of like the program grazing across like the different projects. But yeah, it lets you like hop into a shell, and you can sort of define, let's pull up really quick an actual shell.scheme. Why? Hello, where's the highlighting? I guess you don't need it. Yeah. So this, you can define a shell, or like a shell file, and this, it starts out as a template, but then you can go ahead and modify it kind of to your desire, and I've done a lot of modification on this one. And then yeah, right here, define shell creates kind of the execution of the shell command. And so yeah, this puts us in drops us in a shell with all of the dependencies linked together, all the packages needed for the project installed, or not locally, but like in the shell itself. And then mine drops me into like bin/sh because I have some environment pathing stuff that I never feel like dealing with, so I just kind of endure it. But yeah, and then from here you can just kind of like work on a project, and I really miss that about Nix, is like the actual like templating, because you have in Geeks you have manifests, but all manifests do is define the packages to be installed, and then for anything else you end up having to write a script, either like putting in the command lines like all at once, or like writing your own script, or like a make file, for example, to drop you into the shell. But I was like, wouldn't it be cool if, you know, since it's like Guile-based system, like we were able to define like a templating system in Guile. And yeah, that's what I've been doing here. Let me go ahead and show like the initialization. So let's mkdir, and then yeah, we'll just cd into there, and we'll init something. And then if we cat the file, this is kind of the base template that it sets up. Probably a bit verbose, but I wanted to kind of show the different options that one could use. And then this line up here, like this top line, will of course be changed once it's packaged, but this is just in a local directory right now. But yeah, I wanted to show some of the different options that someone could use. So it is a little bit verbose, but what I ended up defining is, you know, you can define like your different packages that you want to use as a list of symbols for the package. You can define options as well, which are command line arguments to pass to the shell. And then there's also like command, which is the like command hook for the shell itself. The one that I really kind of think is cool is I have set up like pre-shell hooks. So this right here is actually evaluated before any of this is run. And this allows for, if you want to like generate a file on entry of the shell each time, like instead of just kind of like writing the file manually, you can define a file in here. And this is just sort of a very short example of that, where we define like a manifest file. We add some things to it. But yeah, I've been using this. That's actually how this packages.l was written. And this is sort of, I guess you would say like the glue to like link, kind of like the glue to like link together like my Emacs search paths with like the shelf search paths, because I couldn't get like DRM to work, so I sort of had to cobble together my own version of DRM. It does work now. It works like this, but yeah, then I just have to load file on that, and all the paths are appended properly. But yeah, I kind of sort of a basic one. I don't have the ability to define templates in a directory yet, and then from that directory, like, actually, like, essentially, like, copy and paste the directory, like, into somewhere. So I've been working on that to a degree. It's been a while since I've looked at this. Wow. Okay, where am I? Where have I been? Alright. Is it an init.scheme? Okay. Okay, yeah, here we go. Templates here. Let's see. Yeah, so I have it set as an environment path. Currently, that felt like probably the simplest way to go ahead and store it, at least for the time being. I actually kind of stole the environment path idea from how the non-GNU or non-Geeks channel defines, like, Steam is they let you define like an environment path for it to look for games in, and then you can launch Steam through there. There is the default path as well, but they also like let you choose an environment path if you have like games installed elsewhere. But yeah, we currently have this isn't called by anything, is it? Oh, it is called by something. I wonder if we can get it to work then. I didn't know that I'd already written this. It's been like a solid couple months before the last time, since the last time I took a look at this one in particular. Let's see if it works. Hold on. Alright. Now, how did I have this written? Okay, I remember now. So I have a single template directory written, but something I wanted to do was make it so that you could store all templates in like a master directory and pass over like the name of the Is that what I wanted? Hold on. What did I want? What did pass me? What was I desiring here? Alright. Well, I guess we're gonna run it and see what happens. Alright, and then No template specified. Okay. Okay, cool. Alright, so we are... make this part of its own init function. Okay. Okay, here we go, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. So let's go ahead and actually do that really quick. And yeah. So with this, we're returning the dear local. Right, G shell templates there. Okay, perfect. Let's actually get the REPL going too. Alright, where are you? There you are. Wrong type to apply. False. What do you mean wrong type to apply? Oh. Oh, it's not a function. Okay. Okay. The namespace thing really throws me off sometimes. I've been reading so much Common Lisp that I see the word define. I've been auto-filling it to defun. Okay. Okay. What if we set in. Oh yeah, no, I agree 100% wind up boy. I find it really difficult to switch between Common Lisp and Scheme. It's almost like wearing, like putting my shoes on the wrong feet or something. Like, they're still shoes, I can still walk. Like, it's not like I'm doing, I don't know. It's a language that I'm really abysmally bad at. Honestly, JavaScript. It's not like I'm doing JavaScript. I'm probably the worst person I know at JavaScript, which is funny because everyone I've said that to is like, it's so easy, but I don't know. Like, it's not like I'm doing something where I'm just completely out of my depth, but it feels weird the whole time. And then similarly, if I've been doing Scheme for a while and then I go over the Common Lisp, like the same thing happens again. JavaScript is weird. I think Lisp, or Scheme at least, was the original plan for it. For JavaScript that didn't end up coming to fruition. I haven't messed around with it in a while. I think what throws me off, it was originally written in oh, I didn't know that. That's really cool. That's really cool. What I knew about it was, I know that there's a whole Scheme in the browser thing was like part of the original plan, but I can't remember if that's the invention of JavaScript or if that was something else. But yeah, I feel like if I looked at it again, it's been a while since I've done any work with JavaScript because I haven't had anything that's really needed it. A lot of what I've been doing is like Wayland related, which is straight up C, or in this case like Lisp now. But yeah, I haven't looked at it in a while. Maybe now that I know my way around Lisp a bit better, it might make a bit more sense. But I think there's so much shit in it. There's so much shit in JavaScript that I was just like I didn't like. I felt like there was something new every single time. Stick with CL. Yeah, no, I stick with CL. JavaScript is a monger. No, literally, I feel like I want to get the hang of it. I always say I want to get the hang of it, but it never happens. It never happens. It may or may not happen. I figure one day I'll be like, at the point where I'll need it for something. I'll be like, okay, I guess this is when I learn JavaScript. But there's so many, like, I mean, ClojureScript exists, I guess. So I might default to that first because I know Clojure pretty decently already. Honestly, I probably know it better than Common Lisp at this point. Parent script. Oh, hell yeah, that sounds cool. Is there a package for that? Oh, hell yeah. Okay. I might have to check this out. Thank you. Let's set this to just a random... Let's set it there. And now what happens if we call this? Oh wait, this isn't Sly. I can't just hit enter on that. Okay. False? What do you mean false? No, that's literally it. It literally is kind of like... What if we call X? Okay, maybe this should be a function, actually. No, I want to keep it as a... Actually, there's no reason to not have it as a function. But yeah, I feel like Geyser, every time I use Geyser, I just wish that I was using Sly. Okay, so calling it as a function works. Alright, now we know. What was its value when it was a simple variable? It was evaluating the false. If I had to guess, it was because it was only being evaluated once. Yeah, because we only have defines. I could probably wrap it into a let, but I feel like defining it as a function makes a bit more sense, so that we're just getting that return value, and then we can then bind that to like a variable, which is what I was trying to do here. So I guess that's, I don't know. Yeah, no, that's exactly what I was doing here, was I was just using it as a function. Do we need to find any other lets? Well, actually, let's define a top level false. So, do we have access to when? I think so. Well, how does it work? Okay. Okay, it just kind of works. And then is equal? Alright. False. Alright, nil false is true though. So we can just do nil here. And I feel like somewhere else, maybe it was, yes, Guile. Oh no, that's just the default template. Let's go into grays here, and okay, we'll go ahead. Yeah, we'll go ahead and use this again. Oh, it's right there on that part of the screen. Okay. And then how? Okay, it's backslash n. Alright. How many arguments does pretty print take? Oh yeah, we'll probably have to string append this. Okay. Format. Have I pulled format in here? I did. Okay, yeah, I'm using Ice9 format. I feel like format though, I don't know. I actually don't know if I want to use format for this particular string, mostly because I've already gotten a decent chunk of it banged out. Something about scheme feels like 1968. No, oh no, literally. It feels very frozen in time to some degree, especially like, because I started out with Common Lisp, and going over to Scheme after that was kind of weird. I didn't realize, like, the first time I tried to use format and it wasn't a thing, I was just like, oh, okay. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, I do appreciate Scheme sometimes, though. I won't lie, I wasn't the biggest fan of it whenever I was first using it, but I've really kind of come to appreciate at least Guile a bit more. Maybe that's because I'm configuring everything in it, but there is something kind of like neater about it. It looks prettier. It's prettier to be it's prettier to read. I feel like sometimes than C and that or not C. Fuck. Common Lisp. That may just be because it's got less of a packaging system. 3 times now. Or what parts have you been being defeated by on Geeks? I don't know. I probably know more than I'd like to know about Geeks, if I'm being completely honest. I run my own package channel on it. Even at this point, it's kind of I'm kind of in the depths of it. All my computers have NVIDIA hardware. Yeah, that'll NVIDIA support has officially been released for. Yeah, NVIDIA support has been released for the Non-Geeks channel. Like, it's really well supported now. I will say it's still probably a decent chunk of like, not decent. Actually, we can take a look at this. Not being able to ask about it. They do have the Non-Geeks IRC. If I'm being completely honest, I think it's Hilton something is the like repo owner name on like we can actually take a look at this. Hold on. Let me close this out really quick because now I'm curious. And we'll just save that for a later date. There. Now, where do you live? Alright. What's it called? Non-Geeks. Okay. Yeah. Oh, no, I wasn't planning to work on Wayland too much today. I kind of wanted to just do it was a bit more of a lighthearted day, I guess. Or not lighthearted. Light workload. I was going crazy with the Wayland stuff to a degree. So I was like, I'm gonna try and just show off the progress thus far some, but not work as heavily on it for like at least one day. But just so I can see it like with fresh eyes, I'll probably start getting like plumbing back into the depths of it around Thursday. Some tomorrow too, if I'm being honest. But like I'll stream it like Thursday. I'll probably actually be a day stream for once because I have that day and then Friday off, which is nice. So I can actually go a little bit longer, go a little bit harder, I guess. With regard to showing everything. But no, you're a good. You're a good. Nothing has been derailed. Let's see. But now I'm curious about the NVIDIA support because I want to see how far they've gotten or what's changed since then. Yeah, NVIDIA graphics card. Yeah, so this rolled around probably a couple months after I switched to Geeks. I don't run NVIDIA, so I can't testify as to how well it works, but they ended up defining it as a module that you can use in your operating system, and then from there, if you use the Non-Geeks installation image, which they also have, they've made the installation image way easier to like set up as well. I remember originally like getting this, it was kind of annoying to get it to work on my first installation, but yeah, Non-Geeks is really kind of like pulling a lot of weight whenever it comes to, it feels, I don't know, it's like right on par with like the Geeks repo to some degree, which is wild to me because this is just like a community run project for it, not one that you can't talk about like in the actual like channel even. But I don't know. They're doing great work. They're doing great work there. It does suck that you can't talk about it in like the official Geeks IRC. I guess I respect. I don't know. I respect the dedication. You know, is how I would describe it. But at the same time, it's like whenever I was first installing this on my desktop, my monitors wouldn't show anything whenever I used like the Libre like installation. Like I wasn't able to connect with the HDMI or anything. So yeah, that obviously didn't work, I guess, is what I'm saying there. Like for me, I had to use like the non-Geeks install just to get it to work there. I don't know. I wish, I know that they're not going to, but I really wish they would just at least like give the official option for like the official like Linux kernel, but I don't know. I also kind of like respect kind of like dedication to the cause there. And let's see. I was going to, oh yeah, I was pulling this into its own thing. We don't want to copy recursively though. Not yet, at least. Probably want to define this as a cond, actually. I'm supportive of the SFS. I can never say those things. SF. Oh, no. FSF. Okay. FS. They should have picked a better name. Or, I don't know. That might just be me getting tongue-tied, though. I think their doctrinaire militancy is kind of hampering its goal in an unhappy irony. I'd have to say I agree with you to a degree on that. To a pretty large degree, I probably say, like, I'm a relatively, like, big advocate of, like, free software. I think it's one of those, like, it is one of those within reason things, is sort of how I feel about it. But I do also feel like you need kind of, and this is kind of the case for like a lot of I think like causes like this. In my opinion, like you need kind of like that side that takes like the like very hard line of just like this is what we're gonna do, like no compromises. You kind of need that hard line to a degree. I think in a situation like this, just because if that's not there, you can run the risk of like the movement as a whole, like kind of like giving a little bit, like giving away some like inch by inch, I guess would be the way to describe it. But I don't really know. That's kind of like the realm of like the more like political side of free software, which I don't feel like I am well versed enough in to like have like a full opinion of. I know that I support it, kind of like at large. I license all my own projects under the GNU license, mostly a GPL lately. Yeah, no, I've been licensing mine. I've been doing mine under 3, but that's really just because I haven't like, I should probably look into licensing a bit deeper, so I actually know what I'm getting myself into with it, but I haven't run into trouble yet with 3. I think the only thing that's licensed under something different is I have a project that is licensed under Eclipse because it was a closure project using Lineagen, which requires like the Eclipse license, which I think that's the LGPL, if I remember correctly. I don't know. The licenses, they all kind of jumble together for me, especially after like writing Geeks packages where you have to like parse through the list of licenses. So I think with the git template, what we want to do is we can probably recur on this. So if directory exists, I don't want to copy recursively, not yet at least. Template. All right. Let template string append. We don't need to car args because we're just gonna car arg into the function. So I think we just have to string append the. And yeah, this is returning it with the slash already. Oh yeah, no, it's not defined in that function. What I'm going to do is I kind of ripped this function out of this one, and then the plan is to call it. So I have car arg set right here. Average USA enjoyer, how sad in life you must be to use Emacs and not Vim/Helix. I don't know. I don't know. I rather enjoy. I do love Vim, but I do rather enjoy Emacs. I've never used Helix though. I don't know. I feel kind of like you use evil mode. You're just kind of using wild Vim. You're using like. It feels like a superset of Vim. Speckled Demon, hello. Or not hello. Hello. Well, hello, yes. Hello, Speckled Demon and Average USA Enjoyer. I wonder what the Average USA Enjoyer even is. I don't know, that's something to ponder. But, let's see if we can wrap this one up. Alright. Let template string append, and then we will yeah, that's what I want there. Okay. Okay, perfect. So we'll let there, and then we will I'm missing something. Reach the end. Well, I do hope. Oh, well, you said end of your day. I do hope you have a great end of day. I'm actually, fuck. Oh yeah, it's already at the end of mine. Oh no, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you, as always, for watching. And then also just as well, kind of like for giving me some like new rabbit holes to check out. Joel. Hello, a bipolar carp 123. Hello, a bipolar carp 123 and LOL. Yes, and LOL. I do laugh out loud quite a bit. I laugh at my own jokes sometimes. I laugh at my own jokes a lot of the time. I don't know. Even the funny ones. Directory exists. That is. Did I make that function? What the fuck? Utils. Nope. I didn't make that function, did I? Oh 07, yes. Here, I will give my own 07. I believe that the 07, I don't know, my favorite solidarity symbol there. 07 to all. And the all. No, I didn't make this function. Why? Alright. Did I? So head up on that. Yeah, good night. Is it a wave? I always thought it was a salute. I always thought it was a salute. Whenever I first encountered it, like as a teen, I didn't know what 07 meant. Like I would just see people say 07. I'm just like, what does this mean? Did I define this? Okay, it must have been me. It must have been me that wrote this. But when and where? No. That's dear empty. Well, it's getting a little late on my end, so we will just wrap this up in a big fat to-do right here. I wonder if it's in something I'm pulling. No. Okay. Okay, yeah, I am going to have to hop on off as well. I should figure out where to send y'all. Let's see. Alright, let me see what I can find. Where to raid. Oh, Exo Drifter is doing something. I will send, they're working on no signal. Okay. I will, I do hope everybody has a great, rest of their day. Thank stream, yes. Thank you. Oh heck yeah, oh heck yes, indeed. Let me... send that over, and yeah. Oh, unable to read at this time. Oh, rip, never mind. Huh. Let me... Who else can I pick then? Okay. The Twitch experience. Indeed. I really don't know how the interface works either. I literally stumble through it like, yeah, I don't know. Anyone have any ideas actually? Rather odd, but he jam virtual on? Okay, yeah. I actually don't have that channel, so this will be fun for me as well. Alright. Alright. Misaka. Okay. Oh, okay, yeah. I think that's what we're gonna do. Alright. Alright, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.